The following is a product of Studio 42.
Bounds up the middle. He's got a big seam. He's got a first down and more. Look out. 20, 15, 10. Kiss him goodbye. 56 yards for Knox Mounds on 3rd and 10.
From Studio 42, this is Howe Bulldogs football.
Deep down the field to the right side, looking for Strong. Goes up, comes down with it at the 48. He's off to the races.
Howe Bulldogs football is brought to you by Scoggins Funeral Home, Baker Air Conditioning and Heating, South State Bank, GC Easy, Sonic of Howe.
Intercepted. Eli Stoner down the sideline.
Also brought to you by Brother Plumber, Rock Hill Investments, MTE Fence, Centurion American, Ed Meacham State Farm, Rapid Electric.
No, Bender's going to pull it out of his gut. He's got a lot of room, and he's got a touchdown. Stick that one in the end zone. It's touchdown time in Texas.
Put his foot in the ground, went to the right side, and there was nobody in the stadium going to catch him.
Also brought to you by All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights, TechWave, First Baptist Church of Howe, Kingdom Inflatables, Acres Boat and RV Storage, The Love Cottage.
Knox leaps and bounds into the end zone for a 20-yarder.
It's really the line. When you have 4 cut blocks that leave 4 linemen on the ground, I mean, that's easy work. That's a 75-yarder all day long.
Also brought to you by Howe Athletic Booster Club, Michelle Carney Photography, Texoma Land and Home Team, The Crazy AC Guy.
And with that, Justin White, it is football time in Texas 2025 style.
Now let's open the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party and join the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.
What a crazy series the Howe Bulldogs versus Gunter Tigers has been. Howe won the first 17 of 18 matchups from 1935 to 1997, but have now lost the last 17 of 18 matchups since 2000. The Bulldogs were the last team to hand Gunter a district loss, incredibly 10 years ago. No one in their right mind would think the Dogs could upset Gunter tonight, but don't tell Jake Smith or his players that. Howe has their back to the wall after a stunning loss to Bells a week ago. Must-win games are upon us, as every week is a pseudo-playoff game. It's David traveling to meet Goliath. It's Howe at Gunter, and it's football time in Texas.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president.
Give me a break.
You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights is proud to sponsor the Pride of Howe, Howe High School's Bandsman of the Week. Your hometown Bulldog alumni-owned and operated business is here for all your seamless gutter and outdoor Christmas lights needs. Give them a call at 903-819-9183 and let them make your house shine really bright this Christmas. All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights. Give them a call at 903-819-9183. All-In Custom Gutters and Christmas Lights.
This is Bulldogs head coach Jake Smith, and it didn't take me long to get to know where Sonic of Howe is. After practice or games, I like to head down to 105 North Collins Freeway, grab a burger, tots, and a shake. As a matter of fact, I like to say, it's Sonic time in Texas.
Yeah, Coach, that's kind of my thing.
Oh, okay. How about Sonic really brings the hammer down?
Coach, that's kind of my thing.
With Sonic, I'm highly motivated, truly dedicated.
Yeah, Coach, that's another one of my lines.
How about this? It's not just good, it's Sonic good.
Yeah, I like that.
Hey, Steve here, the Crazy AC Guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get a free furnace with the purchase of a qualified AC condenser coil package. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker with the MTE Fence Senior Spotlight.
This week's Senior Spotlight is Will Ingram, otherwise known as Large Marge. We'll get to that in a moment. When did you start school and how?
I started in kindergarten.
And do you remember who your teacher was?
Miss Smith.
Any particular story you want to tell?
No, sir.
We'll get to that later also, maybe in the broadcast. Your dad has always referred to you as Large Marge. We've kind of picked that up on the broadcast over the years. First of all, I guess we're 3 years late, but are we okay to do that?
Yes, sir.
Any other nicknames?
I don't have any.
Okay. Do you have a favorite teacher?
I'd have to say my math teacher, Miss Johnson.
What is it about Miss Johnson?
She teaches great. She's a nice lady.
What about a favorite coach?
I'd say my position coach, Coach Cromwell. I mean, he's just teaching me a lot since he's been here these past couple months.
Does he pay y'all to say that?
Yes.
Okay. For UIL's purposes, no, he really does not pay them. All right. There's really not been a rivalry with Van Alstyne in your lifetime, especially like it used to be. But your dad was one of those hated Van Alstyne Panthers. Does he ever talk about the glory days?
Yeah, he made the state championship, lost in it, but doesn't let me live it down.
So he talks about it quite often.
Yep.
Okay. You've been an O-lineman since birth canal. Ever dreamed of toting the rock and making a catch in the end zone?
I don't have to dream it. I lived it in 7th grade and had my own run play, scored a couple touchdowns, and ran the ball a lot.
Like Refrigerator Perry. You're listening to the MTE Fence Senior Spotlight with Will Ingram. We'll be right back.
If your home or business could talk, what would it say? It may say it would like some privacy or security. Enjoy the beauty and durability of quality fencing from MTE Fence. MTE Fence is a local company specializing in commercial and residential fencing. MTE Fence ranges from wood, aluminum, and chain link fencing. MTE Fence services all of Grayson County and surrounding areas. Go to mtefence.com or call 903-686-9039 for an estimate. MTE Fence has a passion for connection. We are your connection for quality.
You're listening to the MTE Fence Senior Spotlight with Will Ingram. You've had 3 head coaches. Lots of tragedy during your time here. Are things calming down a little bit since Coach Smith got here?
Since he's gotten here, yes, because of everything that's been happening. He's taken a leadership role and just calming things down the best he can.
Here we are, week 8. It's gone by so quickly. With the loss to Bells, you're going to have some must-win games coming up. Unless you can shock the world tonight, how big would it be to dethrone Gunter?
It'd be pretty big. You know, we haven't beaten them in about 10 years. It's 10 years. We were the last team that did it. We have a good chance of doing it tomorrow night.
Senior year, you've got at least 3 Friday nights left. That's 144 minutes, roughly 72 offensive minutes in the regular season. Does that motivate you at all to give everything you have to fight for that extra minute?
You know, it motivates, but it doesn't really make me want to push more because I give everything I have almost every play, and it's just going by quick.
As a senior, how do you show your leadership on this team?
I just try to lead by example, just keep showing the guys how to keep going, just keep pushing through adversity.
What do you expect to see from Gunter?
They're going to be Gunter. I mean, they're going to be fast, powerful, and they're going to move the ball. We just got to stop them.
That's your MTE Fence Senior Spotlight with Will Ingram.
Tonight's Senior Spotlight has been brought to you by MTE Fence. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president.
Give me a break.
You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100. Who's your local plumber? Brother Plumber. It's good to know someone local and someone you can trust when your home or office drops the ball.
Main line break, 15 yards.
Brother Plumber is plumb professional and serves not only Howe, but also all of Grayson County. And you can save yourself 10% if you mention Go Bulldogs. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. We'd love to help. Brother Plumber is one call away at 469-968-4487. Visit us online at brotherplumber.com. Remember, Go Bulldogs.
At Grayson Cullen Electric Cooperative, GCEC, we have been around for over 80 years and are governed by 7 principles: open and voluntary membership, democratic member control, members' economic participation, autonomy and independence, education, training, and information, cooperation among cooperatives, and concern for community. One of our communities is Howe, Texas, and GCEC is proud to support the Howe Bulldogs. No one wants to talk about losing a loved one. The grief that is put on your family is troublesome. Scoggins Funeral Home strives to make that most difficult time the easiest. We want your loved one to be sent off in the best way possible, with your wishes at heart. Call us at 903-482-5225 or visit our website at scogginsfuneralhome.com. 903-482-5225. Our location on Van Alstyne Parkway makes everything close for your needs. 903-482-5225. Scoggins Funeral Home.
Hey, Steve here, the Crazy AC Guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get a free furnace with the purchase of a qualified AC condenser coil package. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The Crazy AC Guy, where crazy meets quality.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Let's join Monty Walker with the Rock Hill Investments Coach's Corner with Bulldogs head coach Jake Smith.
All right, Coach, your offense put together a slot T type of performance to start the game. The drive to open the game was, I think, 12 plays, and it took 5.5 minutes off the clock, and you weren't able to punch it in, though.
Yeah, the whole plan going against the slot T team after talking to Coach Fizell is, typically you defer to the second half, but you don't know how many possessions you're going to have, so He called tails, it landed on heads, so we took the ball because we talked about all week long. If he was able to fumble the coin toss, talking about Coach West, that we would take the ball, so we go up 7-0. With plans of if they tied up 7-7, it can go back and forth, and we'll limit their possessions, or possibly stop them and go up 14-0, which would kind of put them behind. And that plan kind of backfired. We did get into the red zone. It was a really good methodical drive that we were able to string together, but we weren't able to capitalize off of it. It just came down to a couple of mistakes. We got into the red zone, had a penalty, and had a false start, and then we got back into the red zone, and then we weren't able to come away with it. We actually went for it on fourth down, got the third first down in the red zone, and so we were actually in there 3 times and came away with no points.
Defensively, I thought your kids did a great job for the most part of the game. Turnovers then at the end left your defense on the field for a very long time.
Yeah, I think the game plan that we put together and all week long, despite the type of practices we had on Monday and Tuesday, I felt like the kids were able to compartmentalize just their job. And it was 7-0 at halftime. We felt like it probably should have been 14-7 us at halftime, but nonetheless, it was 7-0, and the kids were playing fast. They were playing physical. We actually did create 2 turnovers, but they actually popped up in the air, and their halfback caught it, and it was pretty serendipitous on their part. But we felt really good defensively what we were doing, mainly for about 3 quarters. I know it didn't look like it because we gave up 300 yards rushing, but who's not going to give up 300 yards rushing against a slot T team like that? But we felt really good, Saturday morning, just some of the mistakes that we had to correct. We still felt really good about how the kids adjusted, and it was a different defensive front that we had to run just because of the nature of who we were going against. And I think the kids stepped up, especially the ones that had to play the entire time on offense and defense. So we got to praise the kids quite a bit on that.
What do you tell a young man when he has bad things continue to happen to him in a game?
I kind of took the approach where, like, nobody needed to talk to him in the game. If you were going to say something to him, make sure, we have a saying, the most important rep is the next rep here in Howe. And we truly believe that the most important rep is the next rep, because whether it's good or bad, you can't dwell on and you can't celebrate what happened before you the next rep, whether it's from like rep 2 all the way to 105. Those are the most important reps. And so I kind of took the approach of like not going and talking to the kid, and I let Coach Blanton talk to him. And it came down to a communication issue, and then also just executing the catch. But we actually do that drill that puts us in that situation every Tuesday, where we're kicking onside kicks, we're kicking short little pooches or chip kicks where they've got to communicate you or me. And so it's something that we have practiced all year long every Tuesday for that specific situation, and that situation caught us and we didn't execute. But I did grab that young man as we were getting off the bus and we're on the sidewalk going into the locker room, and I told him that, like, I'm not going to take him off that unit. I'm not going to berate him or anything, because I know what he's capable of, and that's the first time he's done it all year. And I told him that we trust him, and it's his job to go and execute his job, because we're not taking him off. So he's got to figure it out.
You said after the game that it sounds kind of weird to say that in a 42-13 loss that you had the better team, but I think a lot of Bulldog fans may have had the same feeling as they were exiting the gates.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like the feeling that I got whenever I was walking down the staircase to go down to the locker room at halftime. Is I could tell that there were some people that were like, oh my gosh, it's just 7-0. Like, we hadn't been like this against Bells in a long time, and shoot, I think we're going to win the game. And that's really, I've only felt that maybe a couple times, like maybe the Bowie game since I've been in Howe, that the people in the stands truly believe that we're going to win the game. Now, walking in, I don't know if I didn't hear too much chit-chat or chatter of whether we were going to win or not. I think some people just want to keep it close, but we always go in there with the expectations of winning. And it kind of felt good to have that energy and the fans behind our backs to, give us that push when it was just 7-0 at halftime. We had confidence, and the kids had confidence. And why I truly believe that we were a better football team is because we were in the red zone 4 or 5 times, and we should have came away with points. And the 21-point swing all came off of those muff kicks on our kickoff return. And it's the first time all year long that I could be wrong, but our offense finally didn't turn the ball over. And we average about 3 or 4 of those every single week, and the offense did their job of possessing the football. But it happened to be another unit that ended up biting us in the butt. So that's why I felt like we were the better football team. And talking to the Bells coaches over there, I think they felt like they kind of came away with one on the road. So that's what made it so disappointing.
You're listening to the Rock Hill Investments Coaches Corner with Howe head coach Jake Smith. We'll be right back. Tonight's Bulldogs football is brought to you by Noble Ridge, right here in Howe, just off Highway 75 at Summit Hill Parkway and walking distance to Summit Hill Elementary. Noble Ridge is our hometown's newest master plan community, featuring new homes from the nation's top builders, plus trails, parks, and family-friendly amenities. Developed by Rock Hill Capital Investments, a trusted North Texas developer with thriving communities in Salina, Sherman, and across the region. Noble Ridge is proud to call Howe home. Learn more at nobleridgetx.com. That's nobleridgetx.com. You're listening to the Rock Hill Investments Coaches Corner with Howe head coach Jake Smith. Coach, what the Howe Bulldogs need right now is a bye week, but instead you get the opposite of that. You go on the road to the Gunter Tigers, and what do you see coming out of that?
Yeah, what a great opportunity to get to play the number 1 team in the state. That's truly our approach, where, like, when I first took this job, it's like, we have a recipe for success, and we got to continue to instill that in our kids. And I tell those kids all the time, I have no problem meeting another person in the A gap, and that's your mentality. Where I want that fullback to come run right through the A gap and meet me, and I put my 2 screw holes on his chin, and hopefully that mentality rubs off on our kids. Where I don't really care who we're playing, because they're going to have to play the Howe Bulldogs, and that's what they got to fear. And I know a lot of people that might be listening to this, are probably laughing and chuckling, but there's going to come a point in time where people are really going to fear playing the Howe Bulldogs, because that's what we're teaching our kids. We're already going over to the playground over there at the intermediate school. We're recruiting kids to play football. We're talking to the flag football teams about how, this is it's going to be a group that's winning a state championship, and that's what you got to do when you take over a town. You don't just brainwash the seniors. You start brainwashing those first graders. It's funny. I've even got the girls volleyball team hanging their heads out of bus, and because we got a thing we bark on game day. And, Friday's game day, and so you walk up and down the streets of Howe and the hallways of all the schools, and kids are barking. So you got to start brainwashing people where it is a great opportunity. And the last time that the Gunter Tigers lost a district game was against the Howe Bulldogs, and so you got to hang your hat on that. And I don't really care how long ago that was. And so you got to take pride in who you get to play, and what a great opportunity. We could always line up and play against S&S every single week, but are we really going to feel good about ourselves? That the answer in this program is no. So we got to be excited about playing the Gunter Tigers, and we got to be able to send a message. Win, lose, or draw, we got to make sure that they feel it.
You mentioned that they're ranked number one in the state. It's no secret what they are, and I think your players probably understand their track record. Have you had any problems keeping them focused this week?
No, we don't have any problems with that. We've got a great group of kids that show up and work hard every single day, and the ones that are here are the ones that we want to be here. And just with them being number one, I think our kids are excited to get to play them. We're not trying to put any bulletin board material out there, but we're excited about the opportunity.
Coach Gill has taken over as head coach at Gunter. Are you seeing any difference in play from them?
Yeah, they're not really doing too much pistol flex stuff like they have in the past. Mainly because I think that they've got bigger body offensive linemen where they run more of a zone scheme. They're not man scheme or gap scheme as much. I mean, they still run the belly G. They still run some GT counter, but they run a lot more option than what we've seen in the past, and a lot more zone scheme. But they do have some bigger bodies up front than what they have in the past. But they still play with unbelievable tempo. They still play mistake-free football, and they play really, really hard because the same thing that we're trying to get our kids to believe. Our Howe Bulldog kids, they're different, and I know those guys over at Gunter. That's what they preach to those kids, that their kids are different. So it's exciting to see what's going to happen on Friday.
Any changes in personnel-wise heading into the Gunter game?
No, we don't have any personnel changes. We're still going to I think we kind of started to find a little niche of stuff that we're going to move forward with in the future with some more two-back stuff and just different variations of it. And so we don't have any personnel changes as of right now.
The Coach's Corner has been brought to you by Black Hill Investments. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president.
Give me a break.
You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
This is more than a bundle. This is way more than a combo deal. It's your sanctuary, your home field. It's where everything happens. This is your home, your car, your memories. And you want to be sure they're protected with home and auto insurance. As your State Farm agent, I get it. That's why I'm here to help life go right. My name is Ed Meacham, and I'm your Howe State Farm agent. Give me a call at 903-892-3923 or on the web at MrRedInsurance.com.
Anchors with a Z Boat and RV Storage is located 1 mile off of U.S. Highway 75 in Howe, Texas. Anchors Boat and RV Storage is proud to bring personal, small-town customer service to the growing area of North Texas. With both open and covered parking available, locally owned and operated, members of the Howe Area Chamber of Commerce and the Texas Self-Storage Association. Anchors Boat and RV Storage has 20 amp power available and is manager-occupied at 311 Old Highway 6 in Howe. Visit anchorsboatrvstorage.com or call 903-444-2500.
From tailgate to touchdown, South State is here to ensure your financial game plan leads you to victory. With cutting-edge digital tools like contactless payment, digital wallet, and more, your financial plays become seamless and convenient. As your trusted banking partner, South State is committed to supporting you every step of the way, providing expert guidance and dedicated assistance on your financial journey. This is Banking Forward, South State Bank, member FDIC.
Hey, Steve here, the crazy AC guy. We raise top-notch AC units and train the finest service techs west of the Mississippi. And we got a truly crazy deal for you. Get 0% financing for 60 months for any qualified air conditioning and heating system. You'd have to be crazy like me to miss this deal. So for all your AC and electrical needs, call us at 903-465-2665 or visit us at crazyacguy.com.
The crazy AC guy. We're crazy.
You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by the Crazy AC Guy. Now let's join Monty Walker with a time travel through Bulldogs history.
The Howe Bulldogs are 6-4 in games played on October the 17th and are 2-0 versus the Gunter Tigers on this date. Howe's first ever October the 17th game came in 1941 with a shutout loss to Bells 24-0. In 1947, Howe shut out Gunter 34-0, led by the passing arm of Jack Gaddis. On this date in 1969, Howe beat S&S 32-8, and in 1975 lost to Van Alstyne 22-6. In 1980, Howe defeated Callisburg on this date by a score of 21-0, with David Engle throwing 2 touchdown passes to Jeff Hawkins and Mark Wood. Howe lost to Pottsboro 16-14 on this date in 1986, and in 1997 won at Gunter 26-23 as Nino Falls rushed for 144 yards and 3 touchdowns. Howe lost to Whitewright 34-21 on this date in 2003 and beat Whitewright 30-20 in 2008. The last game played on October the 17th was in 2014 when the Dogs rushed for a record 608 yards against Tom Bean in a 48-12 win. Howe still owns a winning record against Gunter at 18-17. This is due to winning the first 17 of 18 games in the series that dates back to the initial season of 1935. At the turn of the century, Gunter flipped the script and have won the last 17 of 18 matchups. The 2015 21-19 win by Howe over Gunter was the last time Gunter has lost a district game. While Howe owns the win total, Gunter has now outscored Howe 830-644 in the series. Since 2000, Gunter has outscored the Bulldogs 695-164. During Howe's dominating days of 1935 to 1997, Howe outscored Gunter 480-135.
Today's Howe Bulldogs Flux Capacitor is brought to you by the Crazy AC Guy. You're listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party.
Buying and or selling your next home or property should be an enjoyable experience. At Texoma Land and Home Team, our commitment to the personal relationship of each transaction ensures communication you expect, while assuring that we'll be here the next time you need us. We're not a big box real estate company by design. This freedom allows us to be fully at your service. Texoma Land and Home Team, Renee Nichols Broker, 903-818-1645. Texoma Land and Home Team, for all your real estate needs, 903-818-1645.
What's up, guys? It's Ridley Carter. I'm a senior cross country and long distance track runner.
This is Riley McCollum, senior basketball player and leading strikeout softball pitcher.
I'm Dylan Patterson, graduating football player and powerlifter.
I'm Ayla Jones, class of 2026 volleyball player.
We would like to thank the Howe Athletic Booster Club for the support of Howe student athletes and encourage anyone interested in helping to join.
Go Dogs!
From tailgate to touchdown, South State is here to ensure your financial game plan leads you to victory. With cutting-edge digital tools like contactless payment, digital wallet, and more, your financial plays become seamless and convenient. As your trusted banking partner, South State is committed to supporting you every step of the way, providing expert guidance and dedicated assistance on your financial journey. This is Banking Forward, South State Bank, member FDIC.
It's that time of year again where our beloved radio guy won't shut his trap about how hot it is up here in the press box. Thankfully, the good people at Baker Air Conditioning and Heating cool this thing down in no time.
Roger, we're dying over here.
Speaking of hot air, there he is. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating has been serving the community of Howe for nearly 60 years. Baker Air Conditioning and Heating is located on Highway 5, and you can call them at 903-532-6255.
Roger!
Here's some things to never mess with if you're not a trained professional. Caging a bulldog. Removing copperheads. And electricity. Don't get shocked. Call Rapid Electric. Rapid Electric is here for all your electrical needs. Just like you wouldn't try to become a pro boxer or president.
Give me a break.
You need a pro to keep your electricity humming. Don't get shocked. Rapid Electric serves the Grayson County area. Call them at 903-421-8100.
From Studio 42, this is Howe Bulldogs football. You've been listening to the Rapid Electric Tailgate Party. Football time in Texas is just moments away. Now, with a call of the game, here's the voice of the Howe Bulldogs, Monty Walker.